You're not failing because you lack discipline. You're failing because you're starting with the wrong habits. Most people try to fix 10 things at once. We're going to show you the single, highest leverage domino that, when tipped, quietly fixes all the chaos in your life.
I want you to really let that sink in for a second. This isn't about willpower. It's not a moral failing. It's a strategic mistake. I mean, think about New Year's resolutions, right? We all do it. We tell ourselves, this year, I'm getting fit, I'm saving money, I'm learning Spanish, and I'm finally cleaning out the garage. And for about a week, you feel unstoppable. But what happens by February? The fundamental flaw, the reason we all fall off, is this belief that you have to wage war on 10 different fronts at the same time. You try to overhaul your diet, your workouts, your meditation practice, your budget, all at once. And the result? It's always the same. Total system collapse. Always. It's a predictable failure, but it's not your failure. It's the failure of the approach.
Okay, so this brings us to what we call the one domino paradox. And it's this really powerful idea that huge, life-altering change doesn't come from this massive, scattered effort. No, it comes from one small, strategic, almost deceptively simple behavior that starts a chain reaction, a cascade of positive changes across your entire life. We're always looking for the big, complex solution, so we tend to overlook the small habit that seems too simple to matter, but that's where the real power is. This is all about finding that first domino, the one that makes all the others not just easier to knock over, but practically inevitable. It's about working smarter, not harder, on your own growth.
So here's our roadmap for the next few minutes. We're going to give you the whole system, the complete blueprint. First, we'll diagnose the real problem, something I call change fatigue. Then we'll get into the elegant solution, the Keystone Habit framework. After that, we'll dive into the pretty amazing neuroscience that shows why this actually works on a biological level. And then the best part, I'll give you a super precise 3-step action plan you can start today. And we'll wrap it all up by talking about the incredible power of leverage.
Okay, let's start by putting a name to the invisible enemy that has probably sabotaged you in the past. It's called change fatigue. And no, this isn't just about feeling a little tired. This is the scientific reason why even your best intentions, your strongest willpower, just seems to crumble. It's that silent saboteur that shows up around week 3 of any new plan and whispers, "You're just not cut out for this." Well, I'm here to tell you that's wrong. It's not you, it's the broken strategy you've been using. And today, we're gonna expose it, understand it, and beat it for good. So just look at the contrast here. It shows 2 totally different ways to think about change. Over on the left, you've got the common approach, the one we've all tried. It's like playing a game of whack-a-mole with your problems. You try to fix your diet, but your finances pop up. You hammer down on your finances, but your fitness slips away. This shotgun approach guarantees failure because your willpower, your ability to make good decisions, is a finite resource. You spread it too thin and boom, it runs out. But the Keystone approach, on the right, that's totally different. It's strategic. It understands that your habits are all connected in one big system. By focusing all your energy on one single foundational habit, one point of leverage, you create stability. Success in that one area automatically makes being disciplined everywhere else feel easier.
And here it is, the official definition. Change fatigue is a real, measurable thing. It's that cognitive overload, that brain drain you feel from trying to juggle too many new rules and routines at once. Every new habit needs decision-making and self-control. Think about it like running way too many programs on your computer. You've got 30 tabs open, you're streaming a video, you're trying to render a file. Eventually, the whole thing just overheats and crashes. That's your brain. It simply can't handle that much demand at the same time. So all those times you struggled in the past, that wasn't weakness. It was a predictable biological outcome from using a flawed system.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now let's get to the good stuff, the elegant solution. We're moving into the framework itself, the operating system for this new way of thinking. This is a 3-phase system designed for something called non-linear change. What does that mean? It means the results you get are way, way bigger than the effort you put in. It's not 1 unit of effort for 1 unit of reward. It's one tiny, focused unit of effort that creates 10, maybe even 100 units of positive change all across your life. It's the difference between trying to push a giant boulder up a hill and just using a lever. The system is really simple. It's built on 3 core steps. First is identification. This is the strategic part, finding that one habit with the biggest ripple effect. Think of it like finding the general of an army. When they move, everybody else follows. Second, we have the Atomic Launchpad. This is where we make the habit so small, so laughably easy, that it's basically impossible not to do it. We're engineering consistency. And third, the culture shift. This is where the real magic happens. It's where the skills you learn from that one tiny habit start to unconsciously transform everything else without you even trying. So step 1 is all about strategy.
this isn't about picking some random good habit, like deciding to read more. Nope. This is a deliberate search for the one behavior that has the most powerful, built-in ripple effects for you. For some people, that might be a 10-minute walk every morning. Why? Because it boosts your mood, gives you energy, and helps you sleep better. And that then affects your focus at work and your food choices later. For someone else, it might be meticulously tracking every penny they spent. That single act of awareness builds a discipline muscle that just naturally spills over into better eating or better time management. You have to ask yourself, what's the one habit that if I really nailed it, would make everything else fall into place? You've got to find your high-leverage domino. Okay, now for the Launchpad. Once you've found your keystone, you have to do something that feels a little weird. You shrink it. You make it ridiculously small, something you can do in under 2 minutes. So if your keystone is exercise, your starting habit is not go to the gym for an hour. It's put on your workout clothes. That's it. This isn't about the result at first. It's about becoming the type of person who is consistent. Then you use a technique called habit stacking. You anchor this tiny new habit to a routine you already have. The formula is simple. After I do my current habit, I will do my new tiny habit. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I will do 1 minute of stretching. This removes all the friction and the need for motivation, and it guarantees you'll build that unstoppable momentum. And this is the secret engine behind the whole thing. The goal isn't just the one habit, it's the internal culture shift that happens because of it. See, when you master one small thing, like doing 2 minutes of push-ups every day, you're not just mastering push-ups. Under the hood, you are unconsciously practicing and getting better at foundational life skills. Planning, self-monitoring, delaying gratification, choosing a long-term win over a short-term impulse. These skills, practiced in one tiny controlled area of your life, start getting applied automatically to everything else. Your brain literally learns a new way to operate, and that becomes your new normal. So we've covered the what and the how. Now, let's get into the why. Why is this so incredibly effective? This isn't just some clever life hack. We're about to look under the hood and see how this system literally rewires the physical structure of your brain for success. This is where it gets really interesting. Just think about this for a moment. Every single time you do your tiny keystone habit, every time you do those 10 squats or track that one purchase, something really profound is happening inside your head. It feels small, maybe even insignificant, but it's so much more than just a check mark on a to-do list. It physically strengthens your brain's command center for executive function. Let me say that again because it's huge. You are literally building a better brain, one small disciplined action at a time. You are upgrading your own internal hardware. This command center is a part of your brain called the Prefrontal Cortex, or PFC for short. Think of it as the CEO of your brain. It's in charge of all the hard stuff: impulse control, long-term planning, focus, all of it. Your keystone habit is basically a targeted workout for your PFC. When you consistently choose that small, disciplined action over the easy, impulsive one, you're lifting neurological weights. And just like strengthening your bicep in the gym makes you better at lifting everything else, groceries, boxes, whatever, strengthening your PFC in one area gives you more self-control to use in every area of your life. And that's why it suddenly becomes easier to skip the junk food or stay off social media when you need to focus. But that's not all. There's a second, equally powerful thing happening: identity reinforcement. Every time you successfully do your keystone habit, you are providing yourself with a piece of evidence. It's like you're casting a vote for a new identity. When you do your 2 minutes of meditation, you cast a vote for being a calm and focused person. When you track your spending, you cast a vote for being a financially responsible person. And over time, these votes add up, and your self-perception actually changes. You stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles, and you start seeing yourself as someone who is disciplined. And this new identity becomes this incredibly powerful internal motivation. You're not forcing yourself anymore, you're just being yourself. Okay, theory is awesome, but let's make this real. Let's get practical. We're shifting from the why to the how-to. This is your high-value, no-fluff guide. I'm going to give you a clear, non-negotiable action plan you can start the second this is over. This is where the rubber meets the road. So here are those steps again, but this time they are your direct instructions. First, you're going to audit your life for that domino effect. You're going to become a strategist for your own improvement. Second, you're going to create your own personal Atomic Launchpad, a system engineered for guaranteed success. And third, and this is so important, you're going to track the spillover, not your perfection, so you can see the ripple effect in real time. Okay, look at this. This is a perfect example of an Atomic Launchpad. After I put on my work shoes, I will do 10 bodyweight squats. It's brilliant. Let's just pull it apart for a second. Notice the structure.
After I, that's the anchor, the existing routine you already do without thinking. Put on my work shoes, super specific, unavoidable if you're going to work, there's no guesswork. I will do 10 body weight squats. The new habit is concrete, measurable, and takes less than 2 minutes. This is the level of simplicity and clarity you need to just bypass your brain's resistance and guarantee you'll do it. Your Launchpad has to be this clear.
Now, this is the validation mechanism, and honestly, it might be the most powerful part of the action plan. The crucial thing here is this: you don't just track whether you did the habit. That's only part of it. The real game changer is tracking the unplanned positive changes in other areas of your life. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, hey, did I wake up a little easier today? Did I skip that afternoon cookie without even thinking about it? Was it easier to focus during that boring meeting? You track these spillover effects. Seeing this table fill up with whys is what proves to you that the system is working. It's undeniable evidence of that nonlinear change, and it becomes the psychological fuel that keeps the whole thing going. It's the ultimate motivator.
All right, let's bring this all together. We've gone through the problem of change fatigue, the Keystone framework, the neuroscience, and your action plan. This final piece is about the one single distilled lesson that this whole philosophy is built on. If you forget everything else, remember this. It's all about the incredible power of leverage.
This right here is the most valuable takeaway. Your life isn't just a random collection of parts, it's one deeply interconnected system. Most people approach self-improvement with linear effort. They're just pushing a heavy boulder uphill. 1 hour of work for one little unit of result in 10 different places at once. It's exhausting, and it just doesn't work. The key to changing the whole system is leverage. It's about finding that one spot where a tiny, focused push creates a massive, widespread change. The Keystone Habit isn't another boulder to push. It is your point of maximum leverage. It's the lever that can move your world. So as we wrap up, I want you to really sit with this question. What is your one domino? What is that one habit that if you just did it consistently, would quietly start to fix everything else? Remember, this system is the solution to change fatigue, and that feeling of just spinning your wheels. And why this matters is because it gives you a systematic way to get non-linear, sustainable improvement across your whole life. By focusing on one strategic thing, you strengthen your brain's prefrontal cortex, which makes self-control easier everywhere. And you build a powerful new identity as someone who follows through. The final takeaway is this: productivity isn't about doing more. It's about mastering systems that make focus effortless. The only question left is, which domino will you tip over first?